that they intend to be there in the end.
The offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title.
Game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
Last week's game.
Good. Four touchdowns.
This week or not, if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you're going to try to eliminate the interception. He wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
Who is this against?
Encroachment, defense.
Yeah, the movement there coming from the middle of the line.
It's right in front of him. He has to watch it move first.
So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Throwing right, and that's complete. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a gain in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
That's where their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
And let's look here at the Houston offense.
To play running back in today's NFL, you need to be versatile, and that really defines Le'Veon Bell, because if you hand it to him, he won't turn it down. 321 carries in 2017. And if you want to throw it to him, well, they targeted him 106 times last season as well, which was second in running backs only to Christian McCaffrey. So Le'Veon Bell is a defensive nightmare when you try to figure out where he's going to be on the field to try to defend him.
Here's Watson going deep for Hopkins. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd. The starters now defensively for Baltimore.
Linebackers still often control defenses, and C.J. Mosley does exactly that for his. A Pro Bowler 3 of his first 4 years. Not only can he run and hit, he diagnoses plays so well, feels them out, and makes sure his team is organized and in the right spot on each and every snap.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Watson looks to throw again. Escaping the pressure right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Give him 8 yards that time on the scramble, and now 4th down.
I like this effort there. He got it done on his own. But let's face it, he puts defenses in a really stressful spot when he takes off and runs.
Thought when he first took off, he might pick up the first down. And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10. They'll begin the drive on the ground with Starks. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up, because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Watch it now, Barney!
On 2nd down, here's Jackson. He's going to go for a big play downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Jaleel Scott, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Ravens have taken the early lead. And there he went quite a ways just to catch that ball. He started out lined up out to the right, caught it on the left side of the field.
So what does that tell us? That there is tremendous protection on that play. Because that's not going to happen very fast, to be able to cross all the way from one side of the field to the other. Great job by the offensive line, keeping him upright and plenty of time to find him downfield. And boy, they did it successfully.
Justin Tucker for the extra point. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Texans offense, they head back out to do battle here. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Space to maneuver at the 40 and all the way out to the 46. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
I know that play went to the left side, and that's what it was designed to do, an outside handoff there. But how about the whole offensive line being involved? Seal the left side where the play was going, what they call play side. But how about on the back side? Just taking care of business to make sure no one can get there and disrupt it.
Is the biggest key the left tackle?
Without a doubt. Control that edge. Get out there. You want that left tackle, or if you bring your tight end over there, either way, control the edge of the line of scrimmage, you got a chance to rumble.
That'll go as a loss of 5. Here's Watson. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Ravens have got it.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They got to put it away and secure.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the back.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game. So what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying...
And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Zadarius Smith in there to drop him for a loss of 10. And it'll be 4th and long.
Now, that was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Ravens, they'll take over. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got him the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. So he got free of 1 tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 17 carries, 65 yards, and a touchdown as well.
He's been a huge part of their winning streak because he establishes not just an identity and a tone, but the team relies on it. He takes care of the football, he gains yardage for him, chews up clock, and that's been a big part of why they're winning games lately.
They run. This is Scarborough. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
How about this offense already feeling good about themselves with a touchdown already in their first drive? They've certainly come out firing, even though that one was incomplete.
With this big rush by the Texans, and they block it. So much for pinning him really deep. Short punt could have pinned him inside the 10. Now great field position the other way.
It's never good when you're punting the ball and your eyes see the ball go back behind you.
No.
In however form, whether it's over your head or to the side, never good. Now it becomes a race to get to the football so they don't pick it up and take it all the way.
On 1st and 10, Watson. They'll wind up losing a full 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a 2nd and long. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. On 2nd down, it's Bell. Down to the 25.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
3rd and long, it's Watson. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. DeAndre Hopkins, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Texans are an extra point away from tying this football game.
I think if you pulled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal, because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust, because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field, and that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control, and how about the end result? A touchdown.
The Ravens offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Mike Hilton. And he'll return this ball across midfield to the 47-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Watson. He's going to loft one deep. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. Well, they've been practicing goal line offense all week. Let's see if they're able to capitalize here. Now Bell. And he's in for the score. Touchdown, Texans. Le'Veon Bell with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Texans are in for 6. Solid job up front. Really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run. End result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Zerline out now to kick this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And now here come the Ravens. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
Now Scarborough. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there.
We saw him hit a big play there on a deep post. And most of the time, the post isn't available because usually you have defenders in the middle of the field. But if you throw enough curls and crossing routes and underneath routes, I know from experience, they get tired of watching those balls get caught. They start to creep up a little bit, and that's when you can hit them big over the top.
First red zone chance now for the Ravens. They've got a first and goal just inside the 5. This is Scarborough, and he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, second and goal. Good first step there defensively, but they're still knocking on the doorstep, so maybe another run here?
I think so. And one of my favorite coaches used to say, son, if you could darn near lay down near the end zone and get in, give me my best power running play.
And he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Bo Scarborough, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Ravens are an extra point away from tying the football game.
I know we don't talk about it enough, but the intelligence level of the guys up front blocking, the offensive linemen, maybe the smartest guys in football overall. Add in a little bit of athleticism and a whole lot of toughness, you've got a lot to deal with, don't you?
That's why the guys in the backfield get them really nice Christmas gifts, right?
If they're smart, they do.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 14. 5 plays there on that drive, and it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. DeAndre Hopkins and the rest of the offense heading back onto the field. And he's been pretty good under the lights here tonight, hasn't he, partner?
He certainly has, and I applaud him.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line.
Down! Green 39! Green 39!
From the gun, here's Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
They'll try and run for it with Bell. Oh, he's got a little daylight. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, back 22!
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
It's complete to Fuller. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down. So in Raven territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 46. Now Watson. Hopkins on the grab over the middle. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
Back to throw. Watson. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. Watson now to throw. He's got a man. It's Mitchell. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
They go play action here on 1st down. He's going to take a shot to the end zone. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored 1, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
Back to the air. Watson on 2nd down. Goes underneath for Bell. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
The Texans on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Again, it's Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And he returns it up just shy of the 20 to the 19-yard line. Well, they thought they were going to break the tie. The defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range. But boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board. But give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, battled, and made a key play.
The Ravens offense now, they get set and head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Now after the play, it looks like there's a Texan here slow to get up. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Now they'll run it with Scarborough. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive.
Detroit! Detroit! Over!
They go play action now. Jackson. On the crossing route, complete. That's Cox. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. He got 29 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. So a 1st and 10 now in Houston territory at the 49-yard line.
No. Check. Patriot!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
So if you've been playing defense in this one, there's a little bit of the good and some bad, because they did give up the touchdown run to him earlier, but shut it down otherwise.
Outside of that, you're exactly right. I would say they've contained him very well. Now they try the right side here. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up third.
Another scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Two running plays go backwards. So what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? They go play action with Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Cox. And he's got this down to the 35. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball.
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Wide open receiver complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A very solid gain of 27. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get them in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
Now Jackson on 2nd down. Fighting to stay upright. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? From the gun, Jackson. Got him in, it's caught for a Ravens touchdown. Jaleel Scott with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Ravens have broken the tie. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is now 21-14. A 10-play drive that time, and it's capped off with a Ravens touchdown. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. The Texans offense now, they get set to head back on the field here. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
They start out on the ground with Bell. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Houston after this timeout. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, but they've only got it back to 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Watson. And he's got his man on the out route. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 17 on the pickup there, and the Texans also get a new set of downs. Watson on first down. Buying time to his left. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's second down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On second down, here's Watson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Bell. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people...
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
After the interception, here's Jackson. It's brought in here by Willie Snead. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. Play action. It's Jackson. Room here to run. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney.
Off the play fake, here's Jackson. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Now Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock the Alvin away and bring up second down.
Ball on the 30 as they come up 2nd and 10. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson being chased out left. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. Now a signal and a timeout call as it comes with 9 seconds to go in this first half of play. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Leopard! Leopard! Watch it now, Barney! Barney! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone! 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 Gone!
Off play action. Jackson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Baltimore. As his guys are in for 6. And the Ravens will add on to their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point. Now Tucker to add the PAT. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. And they'll be set up with good field position here as he gets this up over the 40-yard line. Good starting field position for the Houston Texans here as they come up 1st and 10. The final shot before the break. Watson going deep for Hopkins. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get you caught up on what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, where it was the Giants who were able to come away with the road victory. 21-9, your final. We'll stay in the AFC South as we head one state over to check on the Indianapolis Colts at home at Lucas Oil Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting Jacksonville Jaguars. Andrew Luck, 2 touchdown passes as his guys remain unbeaten. And finally, on Monday Night Football, should be a good one there between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. In the game you're watching, we've seen a strong first half out of Lamar Jackson. He's thrown for over 200 yards already, and his guys have the lead as well. As we get you back to Brandon Gaudin.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Ravens ready to receive it, and they've got the lead as well as we resume play in the second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because What you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, in fact, you can take the spirit away from another team. That their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
Still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
No, check, Patriot!
Starts. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Well, they know how to protect the pass, but sometimes cornerbacks, they can also stop the run, can't they?
Is that what we call a complete corner? Yeah, because we're so used to these guys just being defenders in the pass game. How about the guys who can come up and make the tackles? That's what we just saw there for no gain, too.
Barney! All right, now, lucky 56! Lucky 56! Detroit!
Off the play fake. Jackson. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
You're down 2 touchdowns. You just know defensively you absolutely have to come up with a big play. That nearly was one right there.
Looked over at the sideline immediately after the drop and just saw the dejection. They felt it. They thought he had it. Unfortunately, couldn't come up with it. And look at this. It's a fake. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool him.
Anytime a fake doesn't work, we usually focus our attention on the guys that were unsuccessful. But how about the defensive guys? They have to plan all week. They have to prepare all week. Special teams, it looked like they were educated for that one.
Educated on their toes and getting a big stop. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I think it's pretty evident we can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Caught left side, Hopkins. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. And Zerline's kick is good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. So a good drive there to begin quarter number 3, but they're only able to shave 3 points off the lead.
Well, something's better than nothing, all right? They didn't play particularly well in the first half, but they definitely need him to step on the accelerator now and play a whole lot better.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. The third quarter has not been kind to them. After they built that lead at intermission, they've seen that lead shrink.
And how much of that is simply execution? How much of that is maybe you lose your edge a little bit because you've got a lead? And you do have to credit the other team some because they've made some adjustments to start to slow them down. Can they find those counters now, those extra plays or plays they haven't run that'll be effective and get them back moving again?
They'll be looking for something here, anything to seize that momentum back. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Jackson now, off the play fake. flushed out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Bernardrick McKinney coming in hard on the blitz. He gets him down for a loss of 4.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Ravens on 3rd down, 15. Jackson from the shotgun. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
12 yards on the return that time. And the Texans will take over with a 1st and 10. And the Texans set to come onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. They'll try and get the running game going with Bell. And he'll get this out past the 45 to the 47. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On 3rd down, here's Bell. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Here's Jackson. Off play action. Well, the pressure gets to him again. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Here's Jackson. Trying to lay one up deep. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Well, we quit counting yardage on that one, didn't we? That was truly 3rd and a mile, wasn't it?
It was. I thought they might just go underneath, but they didn't. They wanted to get the 1st down there.
Yeah, they tried to pick up the huge chunk unsuccessfully. I'm with you. I would have tried to take some yardage just to gain some field position.
Give them 11 yards that time on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And here comes the Texans now. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it was a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they can hold him.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
To throw on second is Watson. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Watson on 3rd down. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down.
I'm trying to decipher what's going on out there, because I don't know if he's just getting bad reads. I don't know if the defense is confusing him. I don't know if he just has, bad info and intel before he snaps the ball. But he's made some pretty bad decisions with the football lately.
Yeah, several bad decisions on the interceptions he's thrown in. Frankly, that should have been another pick right there. This Ravens offense heads back out there, led by Lamar Jackson. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2. Alert for anything out there. Watching for trouble on the road. And making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if we can drive the bus here again on this drive. After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10. Second and 10. Here's Jackson again. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
Now that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Now a handoff looking right. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
He's going to let this one go deep. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
The Ravens on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd down and 12.
All right,
throwing is Jackson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there, but at least it does get them to fourth down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot, but they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
Out comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. C.J. Mosley coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they've got it just 2 yards away from the end zone. They'll have it first and goal here from the 2-yard line.
Well, that sure started out as a good example of what they call backed up or coming out on offense. Meaning,
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Following the fumble recovery, Watson. And he is going to go down for the 5th time tonight, and this one is going to be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6.
Or I don't know about 6.
Come on, come up to 6.
A lot of points. So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. This is Starks. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards. It moves the Sticks.
We just saw what a lot of teams call a heavy set. 3 tight ends in the game. That signifies they want to run the football. Yeah, occasionally they'll play action and throw it, but most of the time, those guys on the field means strength, power, run the ball behind them. And now what a lot of teams are doing is they're taking an extra offensive tackle and putting him in a tight end number to give them even more blocking power. And we just saw it on that play.
Back now in Houston, it's the Ravens in control of the football. They've also got the lead as we get set for the 4th. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Detroit!
They'll throw on 1st down with Jackson. And his throw here's incomplete.
This defense could use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And he'll go on the ground. And he'll fight his way forward to about the 48-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
The Ravens on 3rd down. Not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. Jackson. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And he is going to recover his own fumble, but boy, a big loss on this play. Wow. He got it stripped, but you can see the panic in his face from up here through the helmet. He was able to dive back on it.
A good bit of fortune for him, because oftentimes on a strip sack, when that ball is wrenched out of your grasp, it can go in any different direction. It can go way away from you. In this case, it didn't matter. He was able to get on it.
This is taken at the 10. An unbelievable punt there. We're talking 70-plus yards. And the Texans are going to have the football with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And the last time they had the football, they surrendered 2 points on the safety. They don't want to do that one again.
No, not at all. It's almost like just messes things up for you offensively. But now they've got to go ahead, take it, set it aside, and move forward.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. On 1st down, it's Watson. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Throwing again is Watson. Wide open receiver complete. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. Watson now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the 2nd half. Not bad. 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Watson to throw on 2nd down. He's going to float this one deep right. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, 82 yards. And the Texans draw a bit closer.
No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting. But I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. Zerline connects on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. This will be taken about the 12. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing, but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
They'll start things on first down with Bo Scarborough. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back at New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Off the play fake. Jackson under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. Jadeveon Clowney in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
Brandon, more often than not, you'd say they've had his number, and we can count them up so far. 1, 2, 3, 4 sacks given up. But guess what? He's still been able to make some plays, and right now they have a lead.
And did they keep it in? They did. They kept it in. It's down close to the goal line at the 1-yard line. And now out comes Houston. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
A give to Bell. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Really shouldn't be a surprise. It's going to be hard to move people in this situation. You know they're going to bring the pressure defensively. Because I remember playing in these spots, and my coach would always say, don't be afraid to try and create a safety, too. They're going to bring pressure.
They'll go again with Bell. And can you believe it? It's a second safety in this ball game. Now, the 2 points, that's not totally critical at this point. Still a one-score game, but they do have to give away the football with no guarantees they're going to get it back.
Yeah, or at least if they get it back, will they have any time to do anything with it? So they've got to send their defense out there and say, guys, we got to have it right now. Save some time for us.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. And some room to roam now. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but, you know, the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take. Puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
Now starts. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Watch it now, Barney, Barney! Detroit! Detroit!
On second down, here's Jackson. Over the middle, that's caught by Scott. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a third down. Third and 4, and this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise.
Over, over! Over, over! Set! 3-19! 3-19! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
To throw is Jackson. Throw left side complete to Scott. He's been big, 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. A run here for starts. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone! Gone, gone!
Jackson looking to throw on third. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on third down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Now they try the right side here. And they'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Bo Scarborough with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Ravens will extend their lead. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now, because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Now Jackson. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, If you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a two-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Here's Tucker now out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now out comes Houston. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get. And it's just so strange to see that go up on the board. And then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
But, boy, it juices up the defense.
Oh, without a doubt. That's a great way to score some points.
On first down, Watson goes underneath for Bell. A very good move, but for a relatively modest gain out near the 32. It's a gain of 7, and it'll be second down. From the gun, here's Watson. Throw left side complete. That's Bell. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. On first and 10, Watson throwing the out route incomplete. That's Mitchell. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. Watson looks to throw again. And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, Watson. And he's got some space here. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And now before they run this play on 4th and 1, we're going to get a break and a timeout, as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game. Desperation time. Watson on 4th down. And he's got the completion to Hopkins. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. And at 50 seconds left, he'll spike it to stop the clock. On second down, here's Watson. This is Bell on the dump off. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to face a third down. Again, it's Watson. Oh, they would have gotten a conversion if he could hold on. Instead, the drop means it'll be 4th down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. They'll run it with Bell. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop. So with that, we can just about close the book on this one, Charles.
Yeah, what's the old expression about slim and none? Well, Slim just left town on that
They're
one.
down to none?
Yes, exactly right.
No. Check. Patriot.
They'll start off with a give to Scarborough. Able to power through. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go in the football game. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
All right, now, lucky 56.
And despite the late lead, Jackson to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Got an open man. It's Scott. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. And they'll go with the ground attack here. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. And now we'll get a timeout here. They're able to stop it with 1 second to go in this game. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. Looking deep downfield. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. This one, certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Baltimore, their winning ways continue as they get it up to 7-0. And they'll get another road date next week as their opponents will be the Washington Redskins.